Good afternoon, everyone. This is the second session of this week. We will be checking our homework first, and then we will go to the next lesson. Yesterday, we started this page, and there were like a couple of questions which need to be answered. For example, question number 13. Read the title and subheading of the passage below and decide what is it about. Okay, that was question number 1. Question 14, read the article and underline the sentence which contains the main idea in each paragraph. So this is an interesting question. I want you to answer this with me. The question is question number 14, this question here. So when you look at question number 14, question 14, read the article and underline the sentence which contains the main idea. So I'm sure you all have answered this one. So can you tell me, like for example, paragraph A, where did you find the answer in which line? Is it the first line, second line, third line, or the last line? Like paragraph A, where did you find the answer? So you can check your answers here. This like first paragraph, okay, the A, the main idea is in the first line. Okay, A, paragraph A, the answer is first line. And paragraph B, again, the answer is first line. And paragraph C, the answer is first line. And paragraph D, the answer is second line. Paragraph E, the answer is first line. And F, first and second. And G, it's first line. Okay, so I repeat, A first, B first, C first, D second, E first, F first, first and second, 2 lines, first line and second line, and G, the answer is given in the first line. I mean, the main idea is the first line. After that, we will move on to question number 15. I'm sure you all have answered this one. You would have answered. So I will share the answers with you here. Okay. All right. So if you look at the question here, this is question number 15. The reading passage below has 7 paragraphs, A to G. Choose the correct heading for each paragraph from the list of headings below. Okay. So if you look at this one here, it says paragraph A, the answer is, it's introducing a novel paragraph, a novel approach. The answer is introducing a novel approach. That is A. And paragraph B, the answer is a look at the sales figures. It's from here. So A, introducing a novel approach. So that is A. And B is a look at the sales figures. C, the bigger picture. And D, increasing customers' confidence. And E, a benefit to retailers. F, the dangers of retailers. And paragraph G, changing the face of the shop. If you got all the answers right, please say something in the chat. I mean, these are like 7 questions. How did you make it? How many correct answers did you make out of 7? I mean, out of 7, how many questions are which you have already answered, and now you are, after checking, how will you grade it out of 7? How much you got? if you look at the paragraphs and now the answers, compare your answers with my answers and then tell me how much you got. Okay. 5, someone says 5, 4 out of 7. It's fine. It's fine. I think this is the first time you are doing something on your own. So if you got 4 or 5, nothing to worry about. Okay. Another, Abir got 4 out of 7. 5. Okay. Zara says 5. That's okay. All right. We will move on to the next part. That was also the homework. That is page 42, question number 17. Question number 17, we will be looking at question number 17 now, and we will find the answer of question number 17 here. Yes, 17 is on the screen now, and it says, find the following more general words and expressions in the reading passage and use your strategies for guessing the meanings of the words to work out what they mean. I have answered here. So you can say in A, the answer is in direct relation to. A, in direct relation to. And the B, taking some time to think about. There is a mistake here. It's maybe not a mistake. It's not showing that. Yeah. Thinking some time, taking some time to think about. That is B. And C is, it's like turning up, arriving. Okay. And D, peak periods. The answer is busiest times. Maybe you have slightly different answer, but if the meanings are the same, that is fine. And E, influence over, and the answer is effect on. Okay, it's effect on something. Next one, gain from, that is F, benefit from, and G, take account of. It means take into consideration, think about something, or consider something. And the last one is try out, mean you take a test, you check, you test. Okay. Again, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, please write down how many marks did you get out of 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 8, how will you grade? Out of 8, okay, 4, 5, 6, that's fine. 4 out of 8, okay, that's great, that's great, not bad. We will improve. We will see how we can get better and better in the coming days. Okay, we will move on now. We'll move on to the next question. That is question number 5, page number 44 and 45. Question number, okay, not bad. Abir got 5 out of 8. Not bad. It's just like, look at the next one, please. Question number 5. It says, take 10 minutes to answer questions 1 to 6. As you answer each question, make a mental note of what you are looking for while you read the passage. For question 1, I'm looking for the name of 2 types of material that people make. We discussed this question yesterday. So now we will see number 1. The answer is concrete and glass, 2 materials made by humans. So it's not it's like it's the things which are made by humans. So it's concrete and glass. Number 1, the answer is it can be glass or concrete and glass. In either way, the answer will be considered right. So concrete and glass. Number 2, which part of a grain of sand have scientists measured? Its diameter. Number 3, what 2 factors determine the size and shape of piece of sand? Age and origin. And number 4, which event produced the beach of Kamawama Island? Volcanic eruption. And number 5, where according to the passage can beaches made of very ancient sand be found? Northern Scotland, this was mentioned in the passage. And number 6 is who claimed, who mean person, is the answer is geologists. Geologists. So I'm very much interested to know how much you got out of 6 in this question. Question number 5. Okay, Zara got 5 out of 6. Great, Zara. You can check the mistake and you see why did you make this mistake. So next time you will not make it. Arij says 5, Mariam 4. Okay, great. Runa 5. That's great. That's simply great. We are improving. After some time you will be getting full marks. There will be no mistake, hopefully. But like making mistakes and improving, that is the thing we always do, and we learn from our mistakes and we move on. Okay, looking at question number 8 now. Question number 8, we did it yesterday. You just need to check one more time. If you missed it yesterday, like Abir missed this question yesterday. So Abir, I created this question again. So you can have a look at the words and the definition of the word, like for example, 1D and 2H, 3F, 4I, 5A, 6E, 7B, 8C, 9G. We did this question yesterday. We discussed this one. I thought maybe someone who has missed it, he can do it with us again. So we'll move on to question number 9. Question number 9 is on page 46. It's the bottom of the page. So you can see here, question number 9, the answers are given on the screen. Okay. And you can see the answers here, starting from number 1. It says the ritual mean the migration. The word ritual refers to the migration. So you can just have a look. What does the word mean? Yeah, okay, see it? Okay. This ritual mean the migration, the decline, the fall in numbers of Pacific, and then you continue. There, they spawn mean in the river. And the next one, influences this, affects their unique genetic signature. Influence something, so that is their genetic signature. Other problems different from, in addition to hydropower or rivers. That refers to other problems, other than hydropower or rivers. You will talk about that. These measures mean using submarine screens to divert salmon from turbines. So these are different measures which they will take. And the next one is, these devices mean, device is like fish ladders. It's a device. So these devices refer to fish ladders. Such impediments, things like discharge from turbines. Okay. Such mean, you give an example, such as such impediments. So things like discharge from turbines. And the last one is, these changes mean, you will write what kind of changes, what changes. Habitat being inaccessible and extreme water temperatures. So these are the answers of this question. Okay, we move on to question number 10, which I'm sure you and share the answers with the marks with me as well. Question 1 to 5, you can see here. Question 1 to 5, the answer number 1 is nests. and reds. And number 2 is gravel. And number 3, fresh water. Number 4 is multiplication. And number 5 is river. So once you finish, please grade yourself and share the information with me. Okay. Once you finish this one, please grade and share the information with me. Okay. I'm waiting for your marks. Okay. Yeah. 4 out of 5. Another person got 4 out of 5. Okay, that's fine, Sajjad. Okay, I reach 5 out of 5. Great, excellent. Very well done. Okay, any more answers? Okay. Yeah, okay, Aruna, that's not bad. It's fine. All right, we will move on. Mariam, that's fine. Okay. Now we will move on to the next part of the questions, which are from 6 to 12. Please look at the questions and look at your answers. Also look at the spellings, okay? And just look at that as a whole from 6 to 12 and then grade again. So these are like 4, 6, and 7 questions from 6 to 12. You can see the answers from 6 to 12. Six to 12. If you have anything you want to share with me, please raise your hand. I can unmute you and you can share the information with me. Otherwise, we will move on to the next chapter that gives us a different idea about the reading comprehension. It is about identifying main and supporting ideas. Okay, I reached now 9 out of 12, not bad marks. I think we are still just the beginning. This is our first homework assignment. I think you simply did great. Zahra also got 9 out of 12. This is simply amazing. Not bad attempt. Aruna got 11. Simply nice. Very nice. You will be getting better grades in the coming days. So we will move on now to our next exercise. That is page number 48. Please, if you have the book, look at page 48. If you don't have, you can just share the book with me on screen. Okay, so this is identifying main and supporting ideas. Okay, I mean, in this chapter, we are going to practice on something which tells us what is the main idea given in this article, in the paragraphs, and what are the supporting details. Okay, like most paragraphs, now I will be reading from here. I'm here now. Most paragraphs in well-written, discursive, or argumentative, we have already discussed what is discursive and what is argumentative text, contain at least one main idea, okay? And very often these ideas are supported by examples and further explanations. Examples and further details or further explanations. Okay, here being able to separate main ideas from supporting details is a key reading skill. It's a very important skill that we try to understand what is the main idea and what are the supporting details. Okay, it helps you understand a text more quickly. It also helps you find the important information which IELTS question often test. Okay, so remember in this chapter we are going to look at two things. We are going to look at identifying the main, we are going to identify the main idea, and we are going to look at the identifying the main and supporting ideas. Okay, so this is something we didn't study before, so we will be just discovering this one now. Okay, it says here, can someone help me in reading? If you can raise your hand, I would be great. Great to listen to someone. Okay, Abir. Abir, go ahead and read.
Understanding paragraph structure.
Okay.
In every paragraph, there are some parts that are more important than others. These are the main ideas, and they are usually supported by other points of information and examples.
Okay. Yeah, continue, please.
Okay, one, work with a partner, read this title and subheading, and then together discuss what you think the text will be about.
Okay. Yeah,
How to
continue reading,
win
please. Yeah.
the blame game. People are often more concerned about avoiding blame than achieving results. But blame can actually be a positive force in the workplace. The trick says one former Major League Baseball pitcher is knowing how to use it.
Understand. Okay. Now, Abir, my question is, do you understand what is the main idea and what is the supporting detail? Abir?
In the passage, sir, how to win
No, no,
the
no.
blame
In
game?
your own words, mean you understand what is the main idea and what is the supporting detail, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, main idea is like the main thing which is going to be discussed in the passage, and supporting details are like extra information,
Yes, sir.
examples, evidences, and stuff like that. Okay. Now, please read this title and subheading. Okay, and then go to question number 2. A, what is blame and what is the difference between fault and blame? Okay, the first one, the word here is fault, and the other one is blame. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can keep yourself muted if you are done with your speaking. So here the word, that there are two words. One word is a fault and the other one is a blame. Let's talk about this word first. What is a fault? You can just write down something if you have an answer in the chat box. Fault and blame. Fault is like a noun. Fault is a noun. Okay, and someone says it means mistake. Yes, it is. It means mistake. Yes. Okay, mistake. And the other word is blame. So blame is a verb. Okay, it's a verb. What does blame mean? Okay, it's blame is also a noun, so you can use it as a blame. And blame, someone is saying when you condemn someone or when you accuse someone or you say that this happened because of you. So this can be the meaning of the word blame. And B, in what context is this passage going to discuss blame? What do you think? Is it going to use blame in a positive way or is it going to use in a negative way? People are often more concerned about avoiding blame than achieving results. But blame can actually be a positive force in the workplace. The trick, say, The trick says one former Major League Baseball pitcher is knowing how to use uh, it. Okay. So what do you think? Is it going to be used in a positive way or in a negative way? What do you think? You can write down the answer in the chat box, and we will move on to question number 3. Question number 3 says, read the first paragraph. Mariam, can you help me in reading in this paragraph? Question number 3, please.
Yes. Question number 3. Read the first paragraph of the text and label which explain its structure. When a new product flops in the marketplace or a new recruit turns out to be a poor worker, blaming somebody for the mistake seems a bit rude.
Okay.
Some people talk politely around the blunder, saying things like sale target were missed or mistakenly occurred, as if the error happened all by itself. Indeed, at many companies, blame is never being mentioned. At other organizations, people are all too quick to point fingers, leaving employees and more concerned about avoiding blame than about achieving results. Some organizations have given blame a bad name.
Okay, so interesting. There are a couple of very striking words as well. So look at them here. The examples are given here. Look at the main idea. Okay, that at many companies, blame is never even mentioned. At other organizations, people are too quick to point fingers. Point fingers is another word for blaming. When you say he's pointing fingers at me, it means he's blaming me. Okay, so you look at the main idea and you look at the introduction to the topic. Look at the example that illustrates main idea, and the topic is blame, and new idea that may be developed in the next paragraph. Such organizations have given blame a bad name. So just like for like a minute, look at different aspects. What is the main idea of this paragraph? What is the introduction to the topic? What are the examples given? What is the topic? Okay, and how the next paragraph is going to be, and what is it going to be about? Okay, so new idea that may be developed in next paragraph. Such organizations have given blame a bad name. So now we will also, this is like an example. Okay, we will also go to the next page, and we will see the question here. Next page, the question is related to this paragraph. Okay, I will read the question. You continue looking at the paragraph. It says, try to guess the meaning of the words and phrases in bold in the first paragraph. Okay, now look at the bold words here. Bold word is flop, and then blunder, and then you have given a bad name. It is a bad name. Okay, pointing fingers is another word. So can someone tell me, what does the word flop? Flops mean, what do you guess? Flops mean, and blunders mean. Someone can even unmute himself or herself and share the answers with me. That would be great. Okay, try to take calculated risks. Okay, flops mean having no success. That's right. Umara says having no success. Okay, second word is blunder. What does the word blunder mean? Okay, blunder is, Mariam is saying mistake. Okay,
Big mistake.
Big mistake. So flops mean like having no success.
Down.
Yeah, fails.
Yeah.
Flops mean fails. Blunder mean mistake, big mistake or error. Okay, and the next word is point finger. Point finger means accuse someone of a mistake. When someone has made a mistake and you are accusing, you are pointing finger at him. Okay, so pointing finger mean accusing someone. And the next word is give somebody a bad name. Give someone a bad name. It means giving him, like having a bad reputation of doing something. Okay, have given him a giving blame a bad name mean bad image or bad reputation. That is the end of this question here. We will move on to question 4. This was the question which we have just answered. And now we will move on to question number 5. Question number 5 says, take 3 minutes to complete the label A to C for the second paragraph and answer questions which follow. Okay. Again, in the same way, we answered what is the main idea. So in A, you will write something. What is it? If it is the main idea, write in A, it's a main idea. And B, you write something else. Is it like a new idea or an example? So you have 3 options here. Write the main idea, example of the main idea, and the new idea which is he's going to discuss in the next paragraph. Okay, so A, B, and C. Okay, the paragraph says the truth is, once you finish this A, B, and C, you can also look at question D, E, and F. Okay. Now, the truth is, blame can also be a powerful constructive force. For starters, it can be an effective teaching tool, helping people to avoid repeating their mistakes when used judiciously. And sparingly, blame can also prod people to put forth their best efforts while maintaining both their confidence and their focus on goals. Indeed, blame can have a very helpful effect when it's used for the right reasons. The key then is the way in which blame is managed, which can influence how people make decisions and perform their jobs, and ultimately affect the culture and character of an organization. So now let's start with A. That is the main idea. You can check your answers. A is the main idea. Okay, the main idea is A, and B is example of the main idea. Okay, it's an example, and C is the new idea here. So now you can check your answers. All right, we will look at the question number D. Which word and phrases in this paragraph do you guess the meanings of? There are many words here, okay, which you might have guessed. Okay, so let's talk about one by one. In the first line, there is a word constructive. Here is a word constructive. Okay, and then we have another word that is judiciously. Okay, then the word sparingly. Okay, and then there is another word. Blame can also prod. Okay, prod, what is the meaning of word prod? And then there is a word put forth their best efforts. Put forth mean, this is like an idiom, put forth. And then the next word is ultimately. The word comes here, ultimately. So let's start with the first one, constructive. Can you tell me what does the word constructive mean? Constructive mean. Any guesses or mean the word? We have studied 4 strategies so far. Okay, something like productive. Yes, that's right. Or you can say something useful, something helpful. So we have like positive force. Yes, that's right. So we can say constructive mean useful, constructive mean helpful. Okay, constructive mean something productive. That's right. Second word which we have, that is judiciously. Judiciously, any guesses? What does the word when used judiciously, what does now? Use the strategies which we have studied. Look at the which part of speech it is, and look at, break down the word. This is another strategy. Look at the context. Okay, in which context the word is used here? The word is judiciously. Yeah, someone is giving me the right answer actually. Judiciously mean wisely. When used judiciously, it means wisely. And next word is sparingly. Sparingly mean not too often. Sparingly, not too often. Sparingly mean not too often. It's like from spare, you know. The next word which we have, blame, can also prod people. Prod people mean to put forth their best efforts. Blame can also prod. Prod mean motivate. Okay. Or I will say encourage. Motivate, encourage. Yeah, excellent. Put forth their best efforts. And we have another, put forth mean, the word is put forth. Best efforts mean try. Put forth mean try. Try hard, you can say, to show, try hard. And the last word which we have, ultimately. Ultimately, yeah, try their best. That's right answer. Yes, very right. Now the next one is ultimately. What do you think? What is the meaning of word ultimately? Automatically? No, not really. Automatically, no. Ultimately is
Finally, sir.
slightly. Sorry?
Finally.
Finally, yes. Finally, at the end, at last, okay, in conclusion. So you can say ultimately, or okay. Now that was question D, which we have just answered. I'm sure you would have got all the answers, the meanings of all the words. Did you need to know these words to understand the main idea? Now, can you read question E and tell me the answer in yes or no? Question says, did you need to know these words to understand the main idea of the paragraph? Did you need to know the meaning of every word when you want to know the main idea of the passage? Do you need to find out the meaning of each and every word? Only then you will understand. Or you really don't know, you don't need to know the meanings of all the words. Still you can find the answer. You can find the main idea. You really don't need to know the meanings of all these words when the question says, what is the main idea of this passage? You don't need to know the meanings of all the difficult words. The answer is no. Okay, so you can write the answer for this question, that is no. Next one, what would you expect to read about in the third paragraph? Now we have read two paragraphs. One was an example. Second is the one we have just finished. And the third one is going to come. So what would you expect to read about in the third paragraph? What do you think? What is the third paragraph going to be about? We didn't see the paragraph, but what do you think? What is the next paragraph is going to be about?
Sir,
Okay.
about blaming something or someone.
Okay. Okay, giving you like more, maybe giving, someone says new idea effect on culture, or maybe giving you like more examples of how to manage blame, more strategies how to manage blame, or more examples how you can have blame in a positive way. Okay, how blame can be used in a positive way. This is what we expect the next paragraph will be about. And here is the next paragraph. Okay, the question is, take 2 minutes to read the third paragraph and then underline the main idea. Okay, 2 points. Okay, question number 1 is, what is the main idea? Number 1, main idea. What is the main idea here in this paragraph? And number 2, the question is 2 points, 2 supporting details. Supporting detail which supports the main idea. Supporting detail. Okay. And number 3, example. Is there any example given? So just these are 3 questions. Okay. I will show you the whole paragraph. I will give you like 3 to 4 minutes time. You can look at the questions and you can look at the paragraph and please give me the answer. I'll give you like 2 to 3 minutes time. You can tell me what is the main idea of this paragraph. What are 2 supporting details? Is there any example given? So just these are 3 questions here. 2 minutes or 3 minutes is the time. If you finish, you can simply tell me the main idea is in line 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. Supporting details in which line and example in which line. Something just like you can say the line, the name of the line, and you are done. You have 2 more minutes and we will check the answers. Okay, we will be checking our answers. Okay, the first question is the main idea. So let's see in which line we get the main idea. You can also, some of you have shared the answers with me, and I will be just checking the answers now. Okay. The main idea is, it's line number 3. Baseball provides an excellent microcosm in which to study blame because mistakes and failures are a routine part of every game. So here we start from this sentence, okay, and here, and we can say this whole line, okay, and till here. I mean from here to here, this is your main idea. All right, this is the main idea. And now the second thing, we will look for supporting details. Okay, supporting detail. supporting detail, you can see, I'm also looking at your answers. Here is one supporting detail. Baseball managers spend most of their time and energy managing things that go wrong. So this is like your supporting detail. SD, your supporting detail. And one is the last thing, if managers and coaches go upset about every mistake, they would go mad by the end of the season. Okay, so these are like supporting details. Okay, now we need to find one example. Okay, is there any, someone says second last line is an example? Not really. Example is, for example, in a typical game, yeah, okay. In typical game, managers, coaches, these are the examples here. The managers and coaches. These are the examples. Okay. Examples. All right. These are the examples. So you got the main idea, you got the supporting detail, and you got the example. Okay, so this needs a lot of practice. It's not an easy thing to find the main idea, supporting details, and examples. But I'm sure when you look at the next text, and you have all these things here in your mind, that what is the main idea of this paragraph? What is the supporting detail? What is an example? So you will feel that with the passage of time, you will develop some kind of common sense that you can find out all these things quite easily. The main idea, the supporting details, and evidences and examples in any kind of text. Okay. Is there any question so far? If I may know, if there is any question, please share it with me. If you have any question so far, you can raise your hand. I will unmute you and we can talk about it. Okay. So, Humaira, if you can unmute yourself and say, how do you find this? I think you missed the session yesterday, so it might be very challenging for you if you didn't study from the recordings. So, how did you find it? Do you think you're getting these things like how to get the main idea, the supporting detail, or examples?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. Yes.
Sir, actually it is a little bit tough because we can. I am feeling difficulty how I can differentiate between the main idea and the supporting details. So,
okay, understand, right?
And after that, there might be a slight difference between the main idea and supporting details because it is confusing me that how I come to know that it's the supporting details and we are talking about this as you previously explained in blame. So blame paragraph, so it's all about the blame. So how we come to know that either the main idea is in first line, third line, or it might be in the middle of a paragraph, in anywhere in the paragraph.
Okay,
So,
all right, I understand.
sir,
See,
explain
mostly the main idea is given in the first line or the second line, or but it can come anywhere. Okay, that is the main idea. Okay. Now, when you say what is the difference between the main idea and the supporting detail, okay, I will show you something that will make it even clearer. How to write a paragraph, right? Okay. Yeah, I will show you this one here and you try to understand. Let me just rotate it so that Okay, now it's okay. Now I will show you a paragraph. Yes, here is a paragraph. Okay. When you look at this paragraph, it says Evergreen Valley College. I like Evergreen Valley College for 3 reasons. For one thing, it has a good child care center. This is very important for me. I'm a young mother with a 2-year-old daughter, and the child care center gives me the freedom to take 1 or 2 classes a semester. In addition, it is very easy to get to campus by bus because the bus stop is only a block away. My car is old and it is not always reliable. If I have car trouble, I have another way to get to school. Finally, the school is a friendly place. My students do not know each other at the beginning of the semester, but they have many opportunities to become acquainted through school clubs, sports, and group work in class. The teachers are also very friendly and usually have a good sense of humor. It means a lot to me to have such a good school in my neighborhood. Okay, now if I ask any of you, can you tell me what is the main idea in this paragraph? What is the main idea? What is she talking about? Okay, can you just write down in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and tell me what is the main idea in this paragraph? I just saw this passage. I have it with me. So what do you think? What is the main
Uh,
idea in this? Yes?
Sir,
Yeah.
here, they mentioned about that the title give us a clue about the main idea that
Yeah.
Evergreen Valley College, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here we are some sentences like for fun thing, and in addition to like this kind of words make us sense that there might be supporting details related to this. But
Yeah.
whenever I saw a paragraph in a book or article, I didn't find such kind of words that make a clue to me that these are the supporting details.
Okay.
So here
When
I
you
got
say,
little
yeah, when you say supporting, you have something and then something supports that thing. Okay. So there is an idea, something in general, what is something like he's going to discuss. And with that discussion, there comes some details, more information. It can be examples, it can be evidences, it can be some kind of research-based work, or some extra information, which gives extra information to support the point. Okay. For example, now I want to talk about, um, for example, I want to talk about eating. I'm writing like an article that eating at home is better than eating in the restaurant. Or I have another topic that some people prefer that boys and girls should study in the same schools or in the same colleges and the same universities, like co-education. Some people are against this idea. What do you think? Now, whatever idea I choose, I must support it with my examples, with my evidences, with my references, with my own evidences. So my main idea is that I am going to talk about the the positives and the negatives of studying in co-school. Now, I cannot just tell and you will believe me. You will believe me when I prove it. When you want to prove something, you need to give supporting details. You have to, maybe you bring a research work, you bring a data analysis, which is done in different schools, colleges, and universities, that studying in co-schools is better, or it's bad, it shouldn't be there. Whatever your topic is, you must provide supporting detail. Otherwise, nobody is going to believe. Now, for example, when we talk about blame, our main topic is we are going to discuss blame. Now, how is blame going to be used in a positive way? We must give some supporting details that blame can be used in a positive way in this kind of situation. Blame can be used in a positive way in that kind of situation. So the main thing which you are talking about is the blame, and all the other references which you are making or all the details which you are providing is your supporting detail. If you are mentioning something, the specific like a name or name of a person, or these are like your examples, you know, or you are providing any data, or I think when we go in the coming paragraphs, you will understand this concept in a better way. So try to just keep this in every time you look at something. Try to keep this in your mind that, okay, I'm going to see what is the main idea in this paragraph. Okay, what are the things which are supporting? Like for example, the paragraph I showed to you, it's not directly related to comprehension. Basically, this is related to writing, which we will be covering later. Now here, the lady, the lady, she's a working woman. She's married as well, but she's studying somewhere, and she's talking about this place, and she's giving us some details about this place. So she likes the place, and she says she has like many reasons that because of these reasons I like this place. And she's giving, she has given 3 reasons, and now these are like further supporting details. She's supporting her idea that she likes this college, she likes this place, and she's happy over there because of all these reasons. All right, coming back to our topic here, we will continue discussing this main idea and supporting details in more detail when you answer. You will also understand the questions in the coming pages. Okay, here we have something different, same comprehension, same main idea, but the nature of the question is slightly different. It says, I'm now going to read from here. Multiple choice question. We have already done multiple choice questions in the listening, so you know what is multiple choice question. Multiple choice questions often require detailed reading of paragraphs because the questions may be written to test your understanding of the main idea or supporting details. It can be both, or it can be any. Also, the wrong options called distractions, okay, will come from the same part of the passage as the answer, and you need to eliminate these. How to approach multiple choice questions. If you have a multiple choice questions in the reading section, how will you approach to this question? How will you understand, and how will you reach to the answer? Underline the keywords in the question and use these quickly to find the part of the passage that you need to read in more detail. Okay, underline the keywords in the question. For example, when you look at the multiple choice question, try to understand what are the keywords here. Okay, we have question number 7 here. Take 5 minutes to answer these questions, which are based on the 3 paragraphs in How to Win the Blame Game. We have read these 3 paragraphs. Okay, to answer these questions, you must go back to the paragraph, which we don't have it on the screen now. So what I will do, you do this answer later, and we will complete it tomorrow. But we will discuss the question in briefly. We'll discuss it here now. For example, it says choose the correct letter A, B, C, or D. You have 4 options here, and you have read the 3 paragraphs. Now imagine you have read these 3 paragraphs, and now you are going to answer the questions. In the first paragraph, one of the writer's main points is that companies tend to A, perform better when blame is avoided, B, respond differently to errors in the workplace, C, associate blame with poor sales figures, D, blame employees rather than managers for things that go wrong. So you look at these options after reading the passage, and again you make a choice. You can use the strategy which we used in the listening, that you can see which two options are not close. You can cross these two, and then you will be left with 50% chance, 50% chance of answer. So answer question number 1, 2, and 3, and we will be sharing our answers tomorrow. And then we move on to the next question here. It says extracting key information. Again, every time you look at the paragraph, look at A, what is the main idea in the first paragraph? What is the structure of the passage overall? I mean, how is paragraph arranged? What is the arrangement? Is it a kind of sequence or paragraphs? What comes in the first paragraph? Is it the introduction? Is it like some further details, body paragraphs, and the last one is conclusion? What is the overall structure of the passage? C, which words in the second paragraph help you identify the supporting points? D, how easy would it be to make a mental summary of the passage and why? So these are like the questions which you should be asking when you go for this answer again. How to win, this is the passage, how to win the blame game. We have already studied this one. We didn't go in detail, but you can go back and see the questions here. Okay, here we have something different. Okay, this one is about going digital. Can someone look at the passage and the subheading and tell me what is the topic, subheading, and what do you think? What is the article going to be about? Anyone can unmute himself or herself, and we didn't read it, but can anyone just tell me what does it mean when you say going digital?
Sir, maybe digital lifestyle.
Digital life. Look at the subheading, please. It says electronic libraries will make today's internet pale by comparison. Okay. It says electronic libraries will make today's internet pale by comparison, but building them will not be easy. So what do you think? What is this article going to be about? Anyone can unmute and speak? Or you can share the answers in the chat. Sajjad, what do you think?
Sir, I think they're talking about digital library and which different tools are, and we study easily from them. So I think they should mention these things.
Okay. I think you're right. Any other answer?
I think so. In this paragraph, they're going to talk about how libraries can be in the form of digital, like instead of
Okay.
books, or
Yeah,
how can you preserve
exactly.
the old books and previous books.
Understand. Or how you can also, you can preserve the old books. Okay. Now it's something different here. This is another kind of strategy. When you have true, false, and not given. We didn't take this one in the listening. This is something new. Take some time to read the instructions to this task carefully so that you understand the difference between a false answer, mean the answer is false, mean it's not true, And there is another option, not give an answer, mean you did not see any information related to this in the paragraph. It's not like something you answer from your mind. When you're answering reading comprehension, your answers should come from the paragraph, from the article, from the passage. If it is not mentioned in the paragraph, say not given. If you write false as you answer, you are saying that the information in the statement contradicts, mean it's the opposite. If it is right, then it means true. Okay, opposite of the information given in the passage. This is quite different from a not given answer, which says that you can find nothing in the passage about this information. If you find nothing in the passage, you will say not given. If there is nothing, if there is no information given, you will say the answer is not given. If the information given is true, you write yes, it's true. If it is the contradictory, you write it's false. It's not according to the passage, it's false. Okay, so now you have this passage about going digital. Now here you will see how to approach the task. Underline the keywords in the questions and use these to find the right part of the passage. Underline the keywords in the question. When you look at the question, underline the keywords. Okay, not given statement will be based on something in the passage. For our true answers, make sure the information in the passage exactly matches the idea in the statement. False, to make sure that the statement contradicts the information in the passage. And the last one, not given answer, you should be able to find the topic of the statement in the passage, but nothing on what is said about the topic. Okay, mean in the paragraph, nothing given, something like that. So you will say the answer is not given. This one you will be doing at home. Take 8 minutes to answer question 1 to 7. Now here you have the options true, false, and not given. Okay, so you will be doing this one, and we will check our answers together the way we did today. Okay, and after doing that, you'll also look at the next part. Next part is question number 10. Read the passage below, and on the next page, and underline what you think are the main ideas and supporting details. This paragraph will give you good practice how to find the main idea and the supporting details. Once you finish this one, you go to question number 11 and spend 7 minutes to complete the task. Okay, but also here, no more than 2 words. So answer this question here from 1 to 7, and we will be going through the answers tomorrow, and we will be discussing the answers in our next session here. Okay, so with this we have completed like different strategies. Today the main thing which we discussed, it was the main idea and the supporting details. And if still like you find there is slight confusion, you can go back to the recording whenever it is uploaded, and you can just start doing the same thing again so that you get it right. Or you can also like take certain other information, certain other paragraphs, or most importantly, when you do your homework, do it in a way that you understand. Even you spend slightly more time and you try to complete this one, you will understand what it exactly means. And after that you will have, I'm quite sure that you will have an idea. The last question is this one here. This is like completing these notes. So this is another kind of practice. that how you complete the notes. Can we just quickly predict what kind of information will be required here? Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. This is about cyber crime. Okay. First, cyber criminals called. What do you think? What can be the answer here? We did not read the paragraph. We have no idea at all. So what do you think? Name. Mariam says, here you will write a name. Okay. Nature of crime, made 3 calls to calls by copying. What was the nature of his crime? Made 3 calls by copying. Number, images. Okay. Can I say voice? Number. Okay. Next one. Computer crime began in. Computer crime began in. Oh, the time. Yes, it's time. Crime known as. Crime known as. Number 4. Name of a crime. Yes. Name of a crime. Name of a crime. Number 5. Promoted by hit movie. Name of a crime. Yes, that's number 5. Number 5. Name of the movie. Yes. Name of the movie. Okay. Internet crime, initially unexpected but quickly focused on. Initially unexpected but quickly focused on. Number 6, something. Okay. Yes, focused on something. Now number 7, current concern dash fraud. Okay. Now maybe here a kind of fraud. What kind of fraud? Okay. So that can be the answer here. Type or name kind. Okay, here type or kind. Yes, that's right. Okay, with this we stop here, and we see here now that we have covered this chapter today, and we will be checking our answers tomorrow. And tomorrow we are going to talk about improving global reading skills.